In the early days of cinema, Charlie Chaplin was the world's biggest movie star. His comedy films featuring himself as the Tramp were some of the most beloved films anywhere. But in 1918, he'd suffered a series of personal tragedies. He'd been pushed into a marriage with a 17-year-old bride, lost a child, and had hit a creative slump. But he opted to return with his first feature-length film. The Kid was a long, slow shoot, and Chaplin went through 53 minutes of film for every 1 minute that ended up on screen. By the time production was winding down, his estranged young wife filed for divorce. Since the film could have been declared a marriage asset, Chaplin fled with his editor, cinematographer, and 500 rolls of film packed in coffee cans and made his way to Salt Lake City. In his room at the Hotel Utah, now the Joseph Smith Memorial Building, a well-disguised Chaplin was editing the film. This was an incredibly risky proposition since the nitrate film stock at the time was highly flammable and not allowed in public buildings. Any spark would have brought the entire hotel down in flames. Working tirelessly, Chaplin was close to finishing his first feature-length film. He opted to make the first sneak preview close to him and screened it for the first time to an audience in Salt Lake City who loved it. Eventually, he finished the film, left for New York City, settled his divorce, and The Kid was released in 1921, and it's now considered one of the most important films in the history of cinema, and it was cut and screened for the very first time right here in Salt Lake City.